Tonight on News 5 Live, a BDF fight turns fatal in Creek Sarko. Private Clive Biser shot multiple times by his comrade. What led to this shocking shooting tonight? Is the BNTU having cold feet? Teachers voted back in December to demonstrate this month, so will they? U.S. President Donald Trump returns to power. He promises mass deportations. What this could mean for Belizeans living there, regardless of their status. These stories and more are coming up in just 1 minute.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Monday, January 20th. I am Sabrina Daly. Tonight, a Belize Defense Force soldier is dead and another is injured after a shooting incident in the Creek Sarko Conservation Post in Toledo. It happened on Sunday at around 9 p.m. Several soldiers were on duty when an altercation escalated to violence between Private Clive Biser and Private Alfred Robinson, after which several shots were fired. Biser succumbed to multiple gunshot wounds, while another patrol member, Brandon Guzman, sustained 2 gunshot wounds and is currently in stable condition. Major Roberta Usher, BDF Chief of Staff, provided more details on the incident.
Back in May, there was a shooting incident, and in 2019, there was also a shooting incident. And in that case, the perpetrators were demoted in rank. What sort of consequences are we looking into for this incident?
Well, this matter is now in police, under police investigation. Depending on what comes of it, then they will be charged accordingly. So I can't explain what he will receive. No.
And the other officer, the soldier that was injured, what sort of injuries did he sustain?
He received a wound to his left torso and then one near his hand around the pinky finger. He's currently in stable condition at the Western Regional. The doctors are seeing if they can, if he requires surgery or anything at the moment, but he is stable.
Are we aware if alcohol was involved?
Again, the entire patrol, the samples have been taken and they are going through their process of being investigated. However, on the initial outcome of the commanders on the ground and the commanders at Fairweather Camp, they do not believe alcohol is involved, but we will not know until these results are back.
Were they on duty at the time or were they socializing?
Oh no, they were on duty at the patrol base.
And we understand that this area is sort of a hotspot for narcos activity. So what sort of precautions are we taking to ensure the security of that base if incidents like this are occurring?
Right. So the infantry battalion commander, he has done all the efforts to be made to ensure that the patrol base continues to be secured. The patrol has been replaced. So we have, to continue with our operational requirements. All of those have been in place and done already. So the patrol base is secured and the individuals from the previous patrol have been brought in for their investigation.
Violence within the BDF is not unprecedented. In 2023, a BDF sergeant was demoted for shooting a fellow soldier at Fairweather Camp in 2019. In May 2024, police launched an investigation into an incident involving a soldier allegedly discharging a personal firearm at the same camp. Now police are investigating the death of Private Clive Bizer, who was fatally shot on Sunday night at the Creek-Sarco Conservation Post. While the motive for the incident remains unclear, preliminary reports suggest that alcohol may have been involved. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams provided more details.
Last night, sometime after 10 p.m. thereabout, police received information of shots fired in the Creek-Sarco area, that is in the Toledo district. And upon responding, they encountered the lifeless body of a male person who was identified as Clive Bizer, a private in the Belize Defense Force. The body exhibited gunshot injuries. Police also found another private soldier by the name of Alfred Robinson, who was said to be the one who had inflicted the gunshot injuries to Bizer. Alfred was taken into custody of the police, where he is currently detained pending further investigation. Initial information received so far is that the two soldiers were socializing at the BDF outpost in that area when they had an argument between themselves, which resulted in Robinson firing a series of gunshots, fatally hitting Bizer, and another soldier was also hit. That other soldier is currently admitted at the Western Regional Hospital recovering. So that is what we have at this time.
So we know you said that you don't give information like how many shots fired, but we've been told that it's as many as 9. What could, from your investigations, have triggered this soldier to fire that many rounds?
I don't know, I was not there, but as I said before, they had an argument, and that was what led to the gunshots being fired.
Well, police strategy has lowered gang-related violence. How do you tackle this kind of violence where arguments escalate to get fatal?
Well, I don't think you all expect that we'd be able to stop these type of killings. They're certainly outside the preventative reach of the police. We just need to advise people to try as best as they can to resolve issues utilizing other means as opposed to utilizing fatal injuries either by way of gunshot or otherwise. It has a lot to do with how you manage yourself at home or within your domestic or social setting, and that will determine how we can reduce the amount of incidents we're seeing.
The motive behind the fatal shooting of Belize Defense Force soldier Private Clive Bizer remains unclear. Reports indicate that Bizer and his colleague Lance Corporal Alfred Robinson were on duty at the conservation post in Creek-Sarco when a disagreement between the two escalated into violence. While it is uncertain whether alcohol played a role in the incident, Brigadier General Azariel Loria stated that it cannot yet be ruled out.
At this point in time, we do not rule out alcohol. The investigators, we passed the situation, the whole incident to the police department to investigate it. But we too, we are investigating it parallel to the police department. And we are not ruling it out. We requested, as part of the regulations, that they provide blood specimens, blood samples, to which all but one complied. So the only person that did not comply is the prime suspect of the fatality. But all have been tested. Their blood was taken or withdrawn by a qualified doctor in Punta Gorda, and the samples were brought to Belize City for a test. So it's 13 of them and one refused. He even signed on the paper that he is foregoing that. From what we have been updated so far is that yesterday Private Bizer and Lance Corporal Robinson were bantering essentially outside on the veranda. the building where they are occupying it. And it is when the Lance Corporal decided to go inside of the building. He got a smack, a big smack from Private Biza, with allegedly using some words by go inside and leave me alone. Because of the bantering, I think that the bantering was getting heavier, but the smack, it could be some could classify it as a sucker punch. It was too hard. Probably that is what got to the Lance Corporal, and he went inside the building, cranked his weapon or cocked his weapon in the military term for it, and came in back outside and pulled the trigger.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since Giovanni Ramirez was gunned down in broad daylight in Belize City. Ramirez is most notably known as the whistleblower in the case that led to the conviction and imprisonment of attorney Oscar Salgado. Ramirez was shot on a Mandela Drive while he was driving towards Mahogany Street, and it's believed that 2 men on a motorcycle ambushed him. However, police have yet to locate these suspects and make an arrest. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams provided an update.
Giovanni Ramirez, has there been an update? I know last you said that people were being sought.
Those persons who we were looking for at that particular moment have been found. They have been interviewed. We have not been able to get anything tangible from them, and so they were released. The investigators continue to comb the area looking for evidence, and we invite anyone who may have any information that they believe can help us in solving that murder to please come forward and let's see what we can do.
Have there been an arrest?
He was driving, was that his?
If that was? Yes.
The tranquil village of Gales Point, Manatee, was rocked last week by the tragic death of 39-year-old Randy Bowen, who was fatally stabbed at his home shortly after returning from work. The incident stemmed from a family dispute between Bowen and his stepfather. Tonight, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams revealed that investigators are now examining whether the fatal act was one of self-defense.
The file went to the DPP office, and DPP have directed, or the DPP representative have directed that the police do more investigation because there may seem to be some element of self-defense.
Coming up, the official start of the legal year, why it matters, and a warning for drivers about slow speeds.
You've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connections. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
is Yasmin Hulse, and I am a retirement pensioner. I have been paying Social Security for 40 years from it started, and now it has benefited me because I'm getting a good income from Social Security since I'm retired. It had benefited me because I can pay my bills, buy my groceries, and allow me to do activities with my family, allow me to go places that I wanted to go, but because I was working, you can't go, you know. Paying your Social Security monthly or weekly from your salary help you when you retire, because we all get old at some point, and that way you know that after you stop work, you don't have to worry about anything. You'll be receiving this monthly income. You don't have to be a burden to your family member because you know they have their own family, they have their own expenses. It helps us to know that we can be depending on ourselves. We don't have to depend on anybody.
Coming up tomorrow on Open Your Eyes, an exclusive interview with Lord Michael Ashcroft. Join us as we delve into his insights, experiences, and perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Don't miss it.
Police are actively searching for suspects linked to a fatal crash on the George Price Highway last Thursday evening. The collision occurred around 7:20 p.m. near mile 47 and claimed the life of 50-year-old Maria Cal Shi, a Guatemalan national residing in Cotton Tree Village, Canoe. Authorities arrived at the scene to find a heavily damaged gray 1999 Toyota pickup and a wrecked 2025 Chevrolet Camaro about 30 feet away. The pickup's driver, 70-year-old Manuel Juarez, told police that he saw a speeding vehicle approach before feeling an impact and losing consciousness. Witnesses reported that the Camaro's driver fled the scene by jumping over a roadside barrier and disappearing into the nearby bushes. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams provided an update on the ongoing investigation earlier today.
I don't think we have found that person as yet, no. He was still being sought by the police.
They have evaded if that just bushes and...
Well, the amount of time he had a good lead before the police got there. He perhaps know the area well, and so he was able to escape. We're hoping that we'll be able to find him.
Over the weekend, a video surfaced on social media showing a vehicle crashing into the back of a flatbed truck in Santa Elena, Canoe. The impact caused the vehicle to flip onto its side, but fortunately no serious injuries were reported. The video has since sparked debate over who was at fault, with some pointing out the slow speed at which the truck was traveling. Today, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams shared his perspective on the incident. Here's what he had to say.
They do have speed limits specified in the laws. I think in towns and cities it is for trucks and buses it is 15 miles per hour, and for other vehicles I think it's 25 miles. I'm not too sure, but there are speed limits. And I did saw that that incident where the SUV clipped the rear end of a flatbed and then eventually flipped. That matter is being dealt with by the police. Obviously the driver of the SUV is at fault, and I believe that he has been dealt with by the police.
A violent brawl erupted last week at JR's bar in Punta Gorda, involving multiple patrons and resulting in chaos. A video of the incident shows furious customers hurling bottles and causing extensive damage to the establishment. In response, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams has called for the suspension of the bar's liquor license. Speaking today, Commissioner Williams stressed the need for bars to bolster security measures to prevent such incidents from happening in the future.
What about the bar brawl in Punta Gorda? Is it the case where every bar is required to have a police on duty or security on duty?
In terms of the bar in Punta Gorda, those persons who are involved have been detained by the police and have been charged. We encourage bar owners to ensure that when they're operating, do have security present. We are working with the liquor licensing board to ensure that when these licenses are issued, we know when the extensions are issued, the extension clearly stipulates that they must have security, police officers working there. But in the ordinary course of them opening outside of the extension period, that's a different story. So we need to see how we can get them to be able to ensure that security is also present when they have when they are open during the ordinary opening hours.
Was a petition to the liquor licensing board to rescind this or suspend this bar owner's license, was that ever sent? That instruction has been given to the legal office, and they're working with the OC in Toledo to have that done.
The 2025 legal year has officially commenced with the ceremonial opening of the High Court, a long-standing tradition marked by reverence and reflection. Amidst a light drizzle, Chief Justice Louise Blenman inspected the ceremonial guard of honor, embodying the resilience and commitment of the judiciary. Her address highlighted significant achievements of the past year, including the reduction of case backlogs, the introduction of criminal mediation, and a push towards digital transformation in the courts. As the judiciary looks ahead, new initiatives aim to further enhance the efficiency and accessibility of justice in Belize. News 5's Marian Ali was there and has the following report.
As per tradition, the ceremony marking the High Court's official opening kicked off with a church service. This year, it was held at the Holy Redeemer Cathedral on the north side of the swing bridge. In attendance were the Governor General, Dame Froila Salam, Prime Minister John Briceño, Leader of the Opposition Moses Shine Barrow, members of the Judiciary, the Bar Association, and the Attorney General. Upon arrival in front of the court buildings and amidst a persistent drizzle, Chief Justice Louise Blenman inspected a guard of honor conducted by members of the Belize Police Department. Just like the rain did not let up, neither did they plan to abort the parade, as the Chief Justice and everyone who was a part of the ceremony pressed on, the CJ under the shelter of an umbrella. The Chief Justice said that the 2024 calendar was successful in reducing the backlog of cases through a number of improvements within the judicial system. One was the opening of a high court in Belmopan and the appointment of more judges, and expediting court rulings. There's also been the introduction of criminal mediation, which has further reduced the backlog. These efforts have resulted in the waiting time for people on trial.
3 major reforms impacted the civil division of the High Court. The resuscitation of the Mediation Committee, which was expanded into the Alternative Dispute Resolution Committee, training of a new cohort of court-connected civil mediators, and thirdly, the implementation of the Senior Court's Civil Procedure Rules 2025. We no longer have cases as old as 14 years on the dockets. In just 1 year, the judges have been able to reduce the backlog cases largely from 14 years to 4 years. A comparative analysis of 2023 and 2024 statistics provided by the Central Prison further reveals that defendants are no longer spending an inordinate amount of time on remand prior to the matters being set down for trial.
The overall turnaround time for processes to be completed at the criminal high courts has been reduced significantly due to a set of transformational initiatives that have been put in place. She noted that this year, a professional administrative plan will be implemented for legally trained staff.
With the support from Pace Justice Program, we are hoping to have a consultant with the requisite expertise in court administration assist us in finalizing our in-house developed court administration plan. It cannot be overstated that any modern judiciary requires a court administrator to manage non-law aspects of our courts effectively and efficiently.
The Chief Justice also spoke of the hope for further upgrades, such as the digitalization of the court's registry and the use of AI.
We will explore the possibility of having a registry completely digitalized, including the probate division. We're hoping to ethically explore the use of artificial intelligence system software to deal with non-contentious aspects of the court's work. This should alleviate some of the human resource challenges that we face.
And while Chief Justice Blenman pointed out several of the judiciary's new strengths, there was one area that she highlighted that could use some improvement.
The listing of cases for hearing in the Court of Appeal has been seriously impeded by the lack of availability of High Court trial transcripts. An unfortunate consequence of the lack of trial transcripts is that relatively few appeals are ready to be listed for hearing. As a corollary, the dispensation of justice is ingloriously stymied at the level of the appellate court. The situation is untenable and is caused to a large extent by the difficulties with the recording technology that was used in the high courts over the years, and also the paucity of stenographer trainees to produce the transcripts.
This weakness in the system will be addressed, the CJ assured, and shared that in 2024, counsels for the parties in appeal cases have been urged to use their personal notes of agreed records of lower court proceedings in order to get some of the appeal cases heard. Funding has been provided, she said, to attain a speech-to-text system to expedite that process. President of the Bar Association, William Lindo, commended the judiciary for the achievements over the past year.
We applaud the judiciary under the able stewardship of her ladyship, the Chief Justice, for the remarkable achievements accomplished over the past year, which include the passage of the long-awaited Senior Court Civil Procedure Rules, which brings with it a raft of practice directions and sentencing guidelines, court-connected criminal mediation rules, judicial settlement conferences, numerous training sessions and conferences under the auspices of the Judicial Education Institute of the Senior Courts of Belize, with training and sensitization for the new Senior Court Civil Procedure Rules scheduled to take place this Thursday and Friday.
The Attorney General, Anthony Sylvester, spoke of the various bills that are designed to improve the delivery of justice. He spoke of the new Bail Act that will be introduced shortly.
Currently, the provisions that govern bail are found in 6 pieces of legislation. Having so many different pieces of legislation that governs the same issue is therefore counterproductive, as it may become difficult to discern how the law operates. Having a single piece of legislation on bail therefore improves unity and cohesion and makes the law easier to understand. In addition to centralizing the provisions relating to bail, this new act will introduce some much needed features in bail proceedings, some of which includes an appeals process against a decision refusing bail, a process that allows for the revision of a decision on bail, the requirement that the deciding official shall provide reasons in considering a bail application, and a comprehensive list of factors that a deciding official shall consider when determining a bail application.
CJ Blenman took time to pay gratitude to the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing for the newly refurbished court buildings with new amenities and furniture. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
After the break, the reason why teachers are choosing call centers over classrooms. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
Digi is bringing the power of connectivity to every corner of Belize with our Digi on-the-go mobile store.
Ma, Digi dia.
Digi dia. Don't say. Sign up for the fastest, most reliable home fiber service, purchase the latest device, or explore our wide range of services. This one-of-a-kind mobile store has it all. Our dedicated team brings the same high-quality in-store experience to you, ensuring you stay connected with friends, family, and the world.
You guys bringing the mobile here, it's really helpful, saving a lot of money for people going from the town, especially like in Punta Gorda, which is 25 miles away from here, which will cost a couple dollars for them to reach there. So having these caravan here, it's a lot easier, it's a lot cheaper, and you know, people are taking advantage. As you can see, we have a lot of people coming out today to purchase some of these devices, top-ups and even postpaid that they're eager to have, no?
Digi is connecting Belize one community at a time. Look out for the Digi on-the-go mobile store with exclusive deals and offers in a community near you. Follow us on our Digi Facebook page to see where we will be next.
Digi, our national telecom.
Get your body sculpted with gym equipment and accessories from Belize. Quality and savings.
Power on with confidence. Design Depot brings you an attractive selection of GE appliances, including microwaves, washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, countertop appliances, and more. We understand the importance of appliances that not only endure, but also excel in performance. As your trusted GE USA authorized dealer, we stand for reliability and performance, ensuring that you can power on with confidence. Visit us today and power on with efficient, reliable, and energy-saving solutions with GE appliances from Design Depot.
Design Depot, all in one place.
Cooking just got easier with Kent Oils, your go-to choice for every dish. Available in 3 sizes and 3 great options: vegetable, corn, or canola oil. Perfect for frying, baking, sauteing, or grilling. Kent Oils deliver the quality you trust with a clean, natural flavor for all your cooking needs. Conveniently available at stores near you. Exclusively distributed by Unitex Company Limited.
In December, the Belize National Teachers Union, BNTU, voted to stage a protest this month to pressure the Bersenio administration to address the long overdue payment of teachers' outstanding increments. However, with January nearly over, there's been no indication of when or if the demonstration will occur. The government had pledged in December to settle these payments before the end of 2024. Today, BNTU President Nadia Kaliz appeared on Open Your Eyes, where she provided an update on the status of the planned protest.
Belize is used to seeing BNTU in a more confrontational approach, and we have decided to change strategy. Now, I want to come straight to what is on the minds of all Belizeans. The demonstration that the membership voted on. I made it clear in my interview with you all in December that the membership voted, and my members need to remember this, they voted for a demonstration in January. January 1st to January 31st,
They still got
still
2 more
January.
weeks.
And you see, the union is a very powerful organization, and my membership needs to understand that we don't have to flex our wings and show how powerful we are. We know our strength. we know what we're capable of, and sometimes it's good just to satter a little, watch the people as they make their moves, because like you're playing chess right now. And then you know when you need to come in. And some are not used to that. They're used to this. But it's 2025. You have to know how to achieve the same objective.
You've sattered basically for 20 days in January.
What appeared, we are sattering, and let me tell you what we're doing. Government used what we call the punches ballot approach. We also call it the hush money approach. We just can't come out and say we're going to demonstrate against the government because government gave the monies to the management. What we needed to do is to ensure that the teachers who were supposed to be paid were paid. So what we have been doing since January 1st up to Friday was gathering data. The council met last week. They came with data, but it was not complete. So we sent them back. They voted to go back. So school reps are involved, some principals, because we need the data. We need to know how many teachers and the staff actually got the increment. Were they given everything that they deserve? Some were given 3 months when they owed them 6 months. We need to have accurate data.
Belize is facing a growing challenge as the country experiences a brain drain in its education sector. Many teachers are flocking to the U.S. for better benefits, including better pay. And now the education sector is facing a new problem. Trained teachers are leaving the profession to work at call centers. That's right. Trained teachers now prefer to work in a cubicle rather than a classroom. And this has caused some major concerns. BNTU President Nadia Kaliz explains.
I don't have concrete data, and that's something that I know I need to gather. But the data that was shared with me by MOE is that the teachers who are coming, who are supposed to join the profession with the teacher training qualification, are going to the call centers. 80% of them.
Wow.
You remember under Minister Farber, if you wanted to do primary education, you got a scholarship.
Yes.
A lot of those people did not end up in the classrooms. They did not.
But and for the U.S., is that something you're seeing a trend?
I don't have the number, but
is it a trend?
It is a trend, and they have a lot of them right now preparing to go again because they hear of the wonderful salary and everything and the classroom size and all of that. So they want to go.
Of course.
Yeah. But
According to BNTU President Nadia Kaliz, increment payments are still outstanding for at least 200 teachers. She explained that this is not entirely the government's fault and that most of the blame rests with school administrators and management.
We have over 200 teachers that still did not receive.
Hey.
Wow.
Wasn't the commitment from government to have all of those teachers receive before Christmas at
that
least?
was government's commitment, but there's another part to that too. And again, some people, every time you say certain things about it, okay, Belize polarize everything, red and blue, red and blue, red and blue. So every time you're talking, you're either with PUP or you're, listen, as the new BNTU president, I'm going to call a spade, and I'm going to call an angel an angel.
Go right ahead.
Government paid what they received. So what they got from the management, they gave that to the management. That is what they are saying. Discussing with some of our teachers, they can tell you that some principals and some vice principals who have responsibility over their section and appraisals and all that did not submit their stuff to the management. Therefore, the management could not submit it to government for them to be paid. So as a union, we got to be fair.
Yeah.
So when we step out, our data will reflect the percentage that suffered because of administrators not carrying out their duties, management not doing their part, and government not doing their part. So we didn't just want to step out for the sake of stepping out because we're BNTU and we're powerful and we voted in a demonstration. We got to be a responsible body because we're about system change now. We want to change the system permanently, and that is what my members need to understand. This is not a fight just for fighting to get something instant gratification. Then it's done.
A Belizean woman who has been living in Los Angeles for the past 25 years has lost her home and everything she and her 2 children owned in the raging fires that have been burning. Anaceli Mendez made a video recording to share with us the sequence of events leading up to and just after her home was gutted by the blaze. She shared that just before the fires, they experienced strong winds that knocked down trees and her fence. The night before her house was destroyed, her neighbor woke her and her son, and she believed that was what had saved them from getting burnt in the blaze. Her daughter was at college several miles away, she said. An evacuation order was given for the families in her area earlier the following morning. But by that time, she and her son had already left with just overnight clothes that they had packed. She said they drove for miles looking for a hotel, and even though their prices were inflated, there was no room. She said they drove for hours, and then they got the awful news.
We get evacuated from here at 3:40 in the morning. Everybody jump in the car and we drive far. You know, all the hotels, they turn people back, everything booked, everything pack up. And so you just continue to drive till you can find a hotel. All the hotel prices, $240 minimum for a hotel night. And motels, like what's not, you know. They just really raise the prices for everything because they don't see the situation, right? So then they try and make them dollars worth. I end up a good probably 30 miles away, and I just made a try going in the direction where my daughter did at college because I want to make sure that I could get to she if she not the same situation like we, you know. I never get to a hotel and get to sleep till at least 5 in the morning. That means night 2 half another sleep because the winds may start from the day before, and that the end of everything. We gonna sleep must like 7 o'clock in the morning, and next day we get the notification or like the confirm that we house burned down. I live on a property we had 3 houses. All 3 houses gone down. All 3 families we packed just what overnight if as much. Everything gone. Everything gone. We never been ready for this. We never think this may happen. And for make you think now, just imagine this. It looked like the gates are held open because we the drive and the winds is 60 to 80 miles. They beat down past we car and we the try drive on the freeway. And all you could see on the side alone, you could see all the fire. Like the fire, the wind they blow it towards the car. So you feel the car not even stable. You feel the car to move. I can't take pictures. I can't take videos because I feel like I will lose control of the car. Anyways, it's sad, you know. It's sad for say everybody when they go through this right now. It's sad for here, for see everything. We're not gonna sit back here. They still have everything locked up. They have the National Guard and thing. We can't go up. We can't even had a last closure. You know, all I want to right now, I just want to go up and say maybe pictures survive. You know, anything. Yeah, I lose my power 1 year ago, and for think that. I really don't like I lose here all over again, but this time for good because I don't have pictures, I don't have nothing. School, my son loses school, my son loses everything in the house. So we have a life and we appreciate that, you know.
When we return, the PUC restricts Starlink's operation in Belize.
Energy powers our lives, and now we're powering a sustainable future together. This January 27th and February 3rd at 7:30 p.m., tune into the Energy Exchange Show, your guide to understanding Belize's journey towards sustainable energy. From solar power to electric mobility, learn how we're creating real solutions for everyday Belizeans. With topics like e-mobility and licensing regime, this show is designed to answer your questions about Belize's energy transition. Join us to see how we can all play a role in building a brighter, cleaner Belize.
This is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
La formación del Centro Neurológico del Hospital Galenia es que esas enfermedades que son altamente complejas y que muchos de nuestros pacientes tenían que emigrar hacia otra parte de la República u otra parte de México ahora puedan ser atendidos aquí.
La atención quirúrgica en el centro neurológico se forma dentro de un grupo multidisciplinario que incluye tanto neurólogos, médicos internistas, ortopedistas, neurocirujanos, pediatras. Y este esfuerzo que se ha realizado para conjuntar todos los especialistas es para siempre brindar al paciente un abordaje multidisciplinario y transversal. Evidentemente, mientras más rápido podamos llegar al diagnóstico de los pacientes, más rápido podemos tratarlos, resolverlos y por ende mejor resultado vamos a tener al final. Entonces creo que la prioridad y el fundamento principal de un proyecto como este es justamente eso, que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados con un tratamiento completo, integral y oportuno. Y las visiones desde diferentes perspectivas nos permiten tener pues el mejor tratamiento y la mejor opción para el paciente.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
The Public Utilities Commission, PUC, has restricted Starlink Belize operations to specific circumstances after denying its application for a class license to provide fixed and mobile broadband internet across the country. Starlink services will only be allowed in unserved or underserved areas, on vessels and aircraft under Earth Station in Motion, eSIM, regulations, and during natural disasters when other providers cannot deliver emergency services. Sheena Garnett, the communications director at PUC, provided an explanation behind the Commission's decision.
Well, let's break it down a little bit, right? The current telecommunication regulations allow for mobile internet services on board aircrafts and vessels already. So because that is already something that is allowed, it continues. However, it is the end users that we are allowing to import and operate these types of Starlink services. So SBL's application, in essence, is unique because it's looking to provide satellite-based internet services in the country. And we believe that those types of services can be beneficial for education, for research, and these types of things in the unserved and underserved areas. And we're going to allow end users to operate their Starlink terminals at these fixed locations that are currently in these parts of the country where there is absolutely no service, which is the unserved or underserved areas where existing internet providers are unable to provide that service.
The PUC in its decision says it is unable to ascertain the affordability of Starlink's equipment. As a result, it cannot say if Starlink Belize will be able to provide equitable access to those in economically disadvantaged areas. And then there is the concern of a citizen's privacy and data sovereignty. Starlink will be able to operate and control a portion of Belize's communications infrastructure while being a foreign entity. They are not mandated to locally store and process the data they collect.
As it currently stands, the law as it stands, there are certain obligations placed on, legal obligations placed on persons who become holders of your personal information. Now, we are not licensing Starlink. We haven't granted them a license, and some of the obligations that are mandated under the Data Protection Act would not necessarily apply to them. So my response to that would be, I think that the law in that area is still developing, yes, but the fact that we have not issued them a license, there is not that legal obligation to comply with the provisions of the Data Protection Act either.
Is that to say that they are free to use this data as they wish?
Not necessarily. The thing is, I would not know, and we also had this issue here at the PUC. I wouldn't know the specific terms and conditions between Starlink and a customer when it comes to a customer signing up and allowing themselves to purchase a terminal. I think it's something that may be governed by contract at that point between the two persons. But as I said, when we issue licenses, we certainly place certain legal obligations, data protection obligations on our licensees.
Donald Trump has been sworn in as the 47th President of the United States, and his administration is already focusing on immigration reform. A major immigration raid is set to begin in Chicago, home to a significant Belizean community, targeting over 300 individuals with violent crime histories. Advocates are concerned the raids could also affect individuals without criminal records or with legal status. The Belizean government has stated it will only accept deportees who are confirmed Belizean citizens, unlike Guatemala, which is considering broader acceptance of deportees. And the possibility of Belizean criminals hiding in the U.S. may be deported is welcome news, says Police Commissioner Chester Williams.
It's a historic moment for America, and certainly the world is watching, the world is waiting to see what is going to happen. In terms of people who may be sent back to Belize, we will wait to see who will be coming back. We certainly are looking forward to certain people coming back that are wanted by the police to face charges here in Belize, so we welcome that.
In an age when a lot of children are glued to their devices and spend a lot of time inside, one organization is working to get children active through basketball. Arana Consultancies hosted its second Pee Wee Invitational Tournament for basketball teams under the age of 13. This is not an age group that we commonly see participating in basketball competitions. But the individuals behind the tournament believe that it is the ideal time to capture the attention of these children and establish the foundation necessary for a successful future. News 5's Paul Lopez tells us more.
According to experts, the best time to start teaching children basketball is between the ages of 3 to 5 years old. That's when children begin to develop fundamental motor skills. Unfortunately,
This approach has been widely lacking in Belize. That is until Arana Consultancies stepped in and launched the Pee Wee Basketball Invitational Tournament.
So I wanted to engage younger children to help them gather and learn how to play basketball in the right way. So when we get them to that level, that U17, that U18, that we are prepared and ready to take on the world.
And taking on the world begins with playing against their peers at the under 10 and under 13 levels. A total of 8 teams competed in the tournament. One of the primary rules is that every player must get play time, regardless of the size or skill level.
Go for the ball, you get it from the net, right? Then when you get it from the net, don't get it wrong. Yeah? Once you get it, everybody, you fine.
And it's not all about winning, though some of these young athletes displayed competitiveness beyond their age. One basketball academy that participated in the tournament is taking training on and off the court to the next level. They are the Conquering Lions, and they went undefeated.
Conquering Lions Academy is sort of something like a ministry. You know, we link basketball with religion. You know, I use the basketball to capture the younger kids. Mainly, we would have a lot of Bible study. You know, I would have the kids over at my home, and we will do Bible studies, and I would invite the kids to church on Sundays. Then also we would go to children camp. I am really amazed. You know, going into this, I knew that there were these kids could have learned. You know, but I never believed that they would have learned this quickly.
I feel very special because we are one of the best in the country. It's facts. I just feel very good.
What is it like playing with your teammates?
I got one of the best teammates ever. I feel good playing with all of my teammates, confident in all of them.
Sometimes I feel nervous, sometimes I feel excited, but I just want to have fun. I like to take far shots because whenever a lot of people's at the paint, you have to find a way to shoot or get a layup, so I usually shoot from far.
Do you have a professional basketball player that inspires you or that you look up to as a role model?
Kobe and Michael Jordan.
I look up to Kobe and Michael Jordan.
So now you look up to LeBron? We will leave the so-called king of basketball out of this one. The Pee Wee tournament is, however, not short of local basketball celebrities, like two-time Belize Elite Basketball League MVP Nigel Jones, who heads his own academy, the MVPs.
To see the progress that we made in a year, it's amazing, bro. I catch myself when I'm coaching the kids, I catch myself I'm more energized for their games than I am when I'm actually playing myself. But it's just to see the passion, to see the excitement and the enjoyment that they're getting from, the same game that we all love. Bro, I'm glad that they allow me to be able to be the one that want to help them, me and the two guys, that's just a blessing for us, so we're just thankful for that.
This is Arana Consultancy's second Pee Wee Invitational. Both were held in Belize City. His vision is to take this on the road with the right sponsorship.
To see the look on those kids' face when they're out there, I mean, there's children out there that are getting their first jersey, getting their first opportunity to run up and down that court. That could be a lifetime of joy for them. So from that, I could look at it and say, I'm doing something that is fulfilling for me.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Up next, the latest in sports with Paul Lopez.
Coming up tomorrow on Open Your Eyes, an exclusive interview with Lord Michael Ashcroft. Join us as we delve into his insights, experiences, and perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Don't miss it.
Discover a shopping experience like no other at the V department store. At the V, you'll find a vast array of products at unbeatable prices, from basic groceries and cutting-edge electronics to home essentials and, yes, stunning furniture as well. Elevate your shopping journey with affordability, diversity, and accessibility at The V, conveniently located at 1745 Coney Drive in Belize City.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connections. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
LG dual inverter compressor cools air faster by operating at speeds as high as 120 Hz with more stability compared to conventional models. It also saves up to 70% more energy by operating at speeds as low as 10 Hz with more stability. It reduces torque vibration down to 40% for quiet outdoor unit operation. Stable operation with low vibrations also results in increased durability.
Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. The biggest canoe race in the annual canoe racing calendar is upon us. Of course, we're talking about the La Ruta Maya Belize River Challenge. Paddlers in preparation for the big dance participate in a series of races organized by the Belize Canoe Association. The association held its first race for the year on Sunday, the Low Ends Boom to Manatee Lookout Canoe Race. Close to 20 canoes took to the Belize River and lined up at the starting line in Barrel Boom as fans flooded the riverbank. Among the paddlers were big names like Slim and Trim like Guava Lim, Team Lucas Oil Mixed, Black Orchid Resort, and Memory Lane Global Mission, to name a few. We heard from the president of the association, Elvin Penner, at the starting line.
I think the excitement is definitely in the air because normally for a race like this, the first race of the year, if we make 15, we do very well, and I think we'll pass the 15 by a couple. So definitely the serious teams. These are the teams that you will see giving trouble in the Ruta Maya. These are the teams that come to every race. So we have most of the serious teams that are looking to win a category in the Ruta Maya right here today. Very likely out of the 8 categories they have in the Ruta Maya, we at least have 6 winners here today for the Ruta Maya. Probably all 8. This year, a lot of teams are just starting to train because sponsorship is still a bit hard to come by, and without sponsorship, you know, you can't buy all this equipment and be out here.
And the paddlers are off. These athletes dug deep at the start to gain an early advantage in the race. And only a short distance from the starting line, one team found themselves in troubled waters, tipped over and at a huge disadvantage. 50 minutes into the race, we caught up with the paddlers in Lord's Bank. At this point, 3 canoes were leading the charge, almost bow to bow. Memory Lane Global Mission, Riverside Boys and 2024 La Ruta Maya champs Guava Lim. Watch as they maintain momentum, gliding over that beautiful body of sun-kissed water. Lucas Oil mixed team trailed closely behind, followed by Team Brothers and a couple of other canoes pressing towards the finish. After an hour and 20 minutes of racing, it was an all-out sprint to the finish line between Guava Lim and Memory Lane Global Mission. Ultimately, Global Mission edged out Guava Lim for the victory. Riverside Boys secured the 3rd place position. Lucas Oil was in 1st place in the mixed category. And from canoe racing, we move into what is unfolding within the Belize's Basketball Premier League. Tonight, there are still more questions and answers pertaining to the start of the season and the league that will take the lead. As we have reported, the Belize Elite Basketball League seems to be prepared to play ball this season. But a second league has emerged, the Belize Premier Basketball League, leaving fans and athletes alike asking, what is next for semi-pro basketball in Belize? Well, we spoke with 2-time league MVP Nigel Jones over the weekend. To get his take, here is what he had to say.
I think that it could work. I just feel like with the 2 leagues, whatever they're trying to figure out right now, I think it's possible. I just feel like if we're going to make it work, it has to be 2 different times of the year. Because I've seen it happen in other countries that I've played in before. They have the top league that plays in it for a certain group of time, and then when that season is done, the following league starts right after that. So I just feel like, you know, it's going to take cohesiveness. I feel like everybody's going to have to want to come together and work, and it can't be about egos or I did this or I did that. So I feel like, you know, just going into the season, we have to give the fans and the people that come out and support something that they want to enjoy watching. So, because I feel like without them, it's not possible.
Do you think players want this cohesion that you talk about, that is a desire in the hearts of players? I know you all don't have a lot of say in what happens at the executive level.
I mean, well, I feel like at the end of the day, we just want to play ball. So I think, like, for all the players, like, that's about what it is for them. We just want to play ball, but at the end of the day, I understand we want it to be fair too. So, you know, I feel like if we can come together and just do whatever needs to be done as a collective unit, I think we can get past this easy.
And finally, in our Sports Monday coverage for tonight, we bring you highlights from the Belize District Football Association's 1st Division tournament. On Friday night, the number 6 ranked team, Kelly Street, played against the team in 4th place going into the weekend, the Reggae Boys. 14 minutes into the match, number 16 for Reggae Boys, Gentle, found himself wide open with the ball on top of the penalty box. Gentle squared up and launched towards goal, securing the 1st goal of the match. At the 39th minute, Reggae Boys number 11, Pershu, scored this difficult kick from an impressive angle. And 64 minutes into the match, number 12, Otley, secured the goal of the match with a high-flying bullet train that completely evaded the goalkeeper. Reggae Boys won this one 3-0. Well, folks, that's all we have for you in tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Catch you in the next one.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.